Welcome to episode number 22 of the Blitz Take. I am here with Ben Chase, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say about continuing his road trip to college football games. So welcome.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me back. I've survived so far. If you're new to listening, I'm on a attempt to break the record for most college football games in a season on the road, 60 college football games, and we've done 12 so far. So we're a fifth of the way there, which is kind of crazy as it's only been like 3 weeks plus week 0, so 4 weeks. I'm feeling good right now. I'm actually parked. I don't even know where I'm parked. I'm at a Chick-fil-A. Last time I was on with you, I was in a McDonald's parking lot. Let's see exactly where I'm at, because I basically just pulled over to do this I'm on my way to Blacksburg, which is in Virginia, for the Virginia Tech game on Thursday night. But let's see. Sorry. Well, you go ahead and check in with me, and I'll see where I'm at when
Okay.
phone begins.
What were your thoughts on the 3 games you attended this past weekend?
Yeah, so this week I did a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And I went from Columbia to Cambridge and then to MetLife. So the first game I went to was a D2 HBCU game between Savannah State and Benedict College. So I was in Columbia, where Benedict College is. That game, I think it was halftime was like 0-0 or 7-7, and then the second half it just kind of blew up. It was a fun game. The bands were more fun than like the game itself, because HBCU bands are dynamic. I got to sit behind the band and kind of just soak it all in and see all the chirping between the two bands and the former band members. So that was really awesome. They also were able to roll in the second half and take the lead. Game 2, I drove overnight from Columbia, South Carolina to Boston, which is like 14 or 15 hours. It was a terrible decision, but I survived it, and I've never been to Boston or to Cambridge, where Harvard is. And that game was dynamic. Actually, Harvard was hosting Merrimack College, which is they just became an FCS school like 3 years ago. They were 28-point favorites, and with 4 minutes left in the game, Harvard was down 2 touchdowns and 5 minutes left in the game, and they scored 2 touchdowns to force overtime, and then on the first play of overtime, scored a touchdown to take the lead, and then they stopped them on defense. And it was so the beginning of the game was kind of boring, and then it got really exciting the last like 5 minutes in overtime. So that was a good one. And then the next day I went to MetLife Stadium for another HBCU game. This one was Morehouse, which is from Atlanta, and Howard, which is from DC, and they had it was like the inaugural New York HBCU football classic. So that was a cool game. Again, fans were dynamic. It was 0-0 at halftime, and then Howard scored 31 points in the second half. So ended up being 31-0. So again, not the closest game, but it was fun to be there. And I caught up with some friends in Jersey. So that was a good time. And now I'm here hanging out with you. And I'm in Gainesville, Virginia, which is funny because I went to UF, which is in Gainesville, Florida.
So tell me more about your road trip, which was the first stop, which was the Savannah State game.
About what now? Sorry, about which part?
About the Savannah State game.
The Savannah State game? Yeah, that was the game against Benedict College. Yeah, so I went up to a guy in a golf cart and told him about my road trip, and he ended up being the head track and field coach at Benedict College, and he was like, "Do you have a ticket?" I said, "No, sir." And he goes, "All right, let me figure it out." And he drove me on his golf cart right into the stadium. So that was kind of cool.
Oh wow, that's really cool. So how were the tailgates before the game?
The tailgates before the first game, the Benedict College game, they were okay. 90 minutes left, and it was a Thursday night game, so it's hard to like get from going to work to tailgating. But there was a few solid tailgates, a few college of like some like of the schools at the college, like the College of Education had a tailgate, and then there was some alumni there. I met alumni that graduated from Benedict College in 1957, so they definitely had some fun, cool representation.
What is your plan for the rest of the week besides driving hours to your destinations?
Good question. So I'm really behind on just like putting out the YouTube videos for each game. So each video game, I do a YouTube video like telling the story of the day. So I'm on game 12 and I've only put out game up to game 4. So after this interview, I'm going to drive the rest of the way to Blacksburg, which I think is like another 2.5, 3 hours. And then I'm going to turn off my phone and just work on all that kind of stuff. So that's, yeah, a very, very sexy few days. So the next game again is on Thursday. So I'll have time to do whatever I need to do.
What time will the videos be out?
What did you say?
What time will the videos be published?
Well, just I haven't started them, so I don't know. Hopefully, I'll have one done today or two done today, and then 2 or 3 done tomorrow, and then 2 or 3 done Wednesday, and hopefully I'll be like almost caught up. It takes a lot. Like I think it takes me like every video is like 12 to 15 minutes, and it takes me like 25 minutes per minute. So however long that. So if it's a 10-minute video, it takes me 250 minutes, which is like 3.5 hours.
I definitely like what you're doing with the videos. I love watching them.
Oh, well, that's good. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's going to be different, but I try to have fun and try to tell a story. So I'm glad. I appreciate you saying that.
I loved watching the one at Florida. That was a cool one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool because it's my home team and we got pretty crazy out there. So that was definitely a great one.
Yeah. So which game out of the 3 games that you're attending this weekend are you most looking forward to?
Well, I'm probably going to attend 4 games this weekend. I'm going to go to Virginia Tech game on Thursday, Syracuse game on Friday, and then I may go to 2 games on Saturday, one at Ohio and then another one at Ohio State. So I think I'm most excited about Wisconsin at Ohio State on Saturday for sure.
Thank you for taking the time to jump on, and I'm excited to see your next videos, and I hope to have you on soon.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, and as always, I always like talking to you, and you're one of the first people to reach out. So I appreciate just hanging out for a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this little conversation, and I'll talk to you soon, Alex.
Okay, sounds good.